everyone. This is a MAGI mystic psychic Melanie. It's been a rough little bit for us, and this is a time, though, that we have the opportunity to reflect on what we can do to make things better. Some people are refusing to look at this virus as a reality, and it is a reality. This is a pandemic, and we have to take necessary measures, even if we don't feel it, but we may be silent carriers and giving it to other people, so we have to be careful about that. So yes, we do need the social distancing, and as of tonight, Orange County, Orlando, is under a curfew starting at 11 p.m. till 5 a.m. And restaurants are closing and bars are closing and everything. And we need to take these necessary measures so we can cut down that curve, and so that the vulnerable aren't stricken. There are people who don't know they have it. They're asymptomatic, and they're carriers, silent carriers, and giving it to other people. So this is necessary. But if you have been keeping up with some of my readings for the new moon that we had earlier this month, March, and then prior to that in February and January, and also during the transition for the new moon, the lunar new moon, when we had the Chinese New Year, the year of the rat. It's not just the Chinese New Year, and I shouldn't say that. It's the year, it's the Asian New Year. Anyway, when the year of the rat came, that really brought up some red flags for me, because it's like, okay, remember when we had to deal with bubonic plague and stuff like that, and a lot of it is transferable from different types of animals, including bats and things like that, and rats, bats and rats. Sounds like a Halloween story, and it kind of is. That's what's kind of going on. But what I was telling everyone back then is we're at a great awakening. This is a great awakening. This is an opportunity for us to wake up and to see that we need to clean up. We need to clean up ourselves. We need to clean up our lives, personally, emotionally, professionally, whatever it is that we need to clean up. Relationships with ourselves, how we do things in this world. And if we do it with care, so we're not harming not just ourselves, but everybody around us. This is an opportunity to wake up, an awakening. And that's what I saw coming for the new year. And actually, it started last year, but now it's starting to peak. We have to wake up. Interestingly enough, we have Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. This is the spring equinox, and Saturn went into Aquarius at the same time, and the sun went into Aries. Aries is a fire sign, so it's like we got to act fast, but it's an individual sign. It's about the self, so it's about taking responsibility for ourselves and acting upon it. So this is the perfect opportunity for us to do this. Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn is the builder or the rebuilder. Think about the tarot card, the tower breaking down. But in Aquarius, it's saying we have to use new energy, science, and facts, and how are we going to progress? How are we going to move forward? How are we going to heal? How are we going to use the information in front of us and do like the age of Aquarius? Love, peace, understanding, fellowship. This is not the time of the ego. So when I see some selfies on the Facebook or other media, I'm like, do something good for yourself and for other people. Let yourself, your ego behind. It's now for the greater community that we all heal collectively and we clean up. So we use this Aquarius. We're now in the age of Aquarius. That started in the new millennium. But my Magi, the one that I was the apprentice to as a Magi, Pete Cudron, rest your soul, in Massachusetts. And he said that it takes, an age lasts 1,000 years. So the previous year, they kind of go backwards, was Pisces. That was the age of Jesus and Buddha and Muhammad. Another great awakening. But this one is different. Now it's the age of Aquarius. And Pete would tell me that it takes about 30 years to go from one age to another. And I kept saying, when are we going to be in Aquarius? When are we going to be having this peace, understanding, and fellowship, and creative mental energy? We put our minds together and we get things together. Well, guess what? This is it. This is the awakening. This is the time. Actually, it is the end of time. I don't have to get up in the morning. Do you? Do you have your alarm on? I kind of do, just because I want to get up, but I don't need it. And if I'm just going to shut it off or whatever, I'm not paying attention to that. I'm still trying to stay within some form of semblance of order, because I've got anxiety and PTSD, frankly. And when things like this happen, my anxiety is out the roof right now. And, you know, I'm trying to keep things controlled by being OCD about cleaning up things and making sure everybody and everything is okay. And then I got to keep on a schedule, a little bit of a schedule. I need some lax time too. And this is a good opportunity to take that lax time, to sit back. I'm fixing my lawn, my house. I fix things that I haven't even touched. I said, I'm going to put that aside. I'll fix that someday. It's been sitting there for months, maybe years. But now is the time to use what we have, our talents, our gifts, our energy, our passion, not our ego. This is the age of Aquarius. So we need to do that. Be in the age of Aquarius. Now, there are some other things going on astrologically that you should know. Just FYI, if you're into that. We are going to go into, you thought Mercury retrograde. Oh, Mercury retrograde. Oh, did we get any good news after it went direct on, what, March 10th? No. It went down the tubes. But now, you know, now we have to figure out how to rebuild, to be like that phoenix. We're in the fire right now. We're turning to ash. We will be reborn. We will, from our own ashes. What is it? Beauty from ashes. That will come. It's not going to be easy to arise, to grow new plumage that's been burnt off of us. Lighter plumage that enables us to soar like the eagle. That will happen. We'll talk about that in a second. But astrologically, we're going to step into some major retrogrades of planets. We'll have Jupiter, the planet of expansions, opportunity, good luck, money, wealth, abundance, achieving your goals, taking risks, in a retrograde orbit in the sign of Capricorn, which means we're trying to feel that groundedness, that abundance too from all our hard work, and we can't. It's being rocked. The tower is breaking down. That's what Jupiter is doing. And Saturn will be doing that. That starts towards the end of April. So we're going to be in a numb state, I think, right now, diving into the fire like the phoenix bird and awaiting our resurrection around Easter, or more like Orthodox Easter in April. But we have to go through this deep, the darkest hour before the dawn. And that's it right now. But remember, we've been through so much. We've been through 9/11. We resurrected from that. Our economy went down a few times after that. It was hard to come back up. It's still not up before this happened. We're still on shaky ground. But now we have a chance to rebuild in the right way, in a compassionate, caring, aware, awakened way. But we're going to have to go through those retrogrades. And Pluto also in Capricorn, which is like the phoenix bird, will be retrograde also. So, and that will start clearing up in September, towards the end of September. So I think it's a good time to take care of your own self and your family and your life and things like this, and try to rebuild your life. But appreciate everything that you have. And that's part of this, is we have to have gratitude. It's not about, oh, it's about me. No, it's not about you or me. It's about us. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that I've kind of picked today. And interestingly enough, the card Temperance came up. By the way, these are cards that are based on the Renaissance artist Botticelli's art. And there's Temperance. And Temperance means we got to constrain and restrain ourselves. And this is a time for that. But it's also a time of moderation. So, we have to watch what we eat. We have to watch the water we're using, because we have to pay for it. We have to pay for things eventually, and we're not getting any income. So we have to be in moderation big time. And yes, it's something like my parents went through, the Depression. So I think, and we went through the Great Recession, which was really a depression after 9/11. So, but we've been through this. Remember, we rose together. And after Pulse happened here in Orlando, my business, a MAGI Temple Belly Dance School, is just down the street from there. My business went down the tubes. It was blocked off. It was a crime scene, an active crime scene for a month. Plus, all sorts of news helicopters were flying over us all the time, and then from dawn till after the 11 o'clock news. Okay. So that was disturbing. And then we had to arise from that too. So it's going to be okay. But you've got to be smart about this. This is an awakening to be smart. And I think that's what this whole age of Aquarius is starting to kick in. But it's got to be that darkest hour. Now, another one I picked is Divine Order. This is an Archangel card by Doreen Virtue. Archangel, Raquiel, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. And that's what we need to have in our life, is order. We have to clean up. We have to clean up our earth, our waters, our air, our resources. This virus, we have to be smart. People who are not self-distancing are what Governor Cuomo said, unintelligent and reckless, because you could be hurting other people. Silent carriers, we don't know who we are. So let's be smart about this. Now, interestingly enough, this is the rune stone I picked for today. So, I have my bag of runes. I've got many bag of runes. And I reached in and I picked this one. There are 25 ancient Viking Norse runes of that type of divination. This is Soilo. Hey, let's say I picked that one too. We'll talk about that. So they have markings on them, but this one doesn't. Why? Because it's the rune of destiny. It's empty. What does that mean? It means it has to be filled. So once we are emptied, we have room to fill, and we can fill it better. We can fill it with love and compassion and caring. We can use our gifts of knowing to make things right, to make things better. We can do this. Okay, what else did I picked Soilo. Soilo, interestingly enough, means wholeness, light, achievement. So to get to wholeness and light and to achieve our highest dreams, aspirations, and goals, we have to be light, lighthearted, seek delightful life, enlightenment. Be a clear vessel, unencumbered with the darkness of doom and burden, but allowing the light of the divine to shine within us, throughout us, illuminating our path, illuminating other people's path. But, you know, keep a safe distance. And then we'll be able to achieve our goals. So let's clear out the darkness in our lives. That's what this is all about. And awake to a new age, to a new beginning. Yes, it is, what, March 19th? Or maybe it's the 20th by now. I don't know. It's the end of time. It's not a bad thing. But it is the end of time. But I'm going to check back with you when things start perking up astrologically. And, you know, try to keep everything together. I know a lot of us are losing it. I'm losing it sometimes too, people. Let me tell you something. So, but let's try to keep it together. Let's try to keep together, keeping that safe social distance, but to stay in touch and to give love and forgive. It's a good time to forgive ourselves and everybody else. So I've rambled on enough. I just want to give you a little bit of blessings. I wish for you blessings of light, love, peace, joy, good health, safety, security. I don't know what word I said before that. But it's all going to be okay. We're going to be all right. And just a little PSA, but I'm doing online belly dance classes because my MAGI Temple Belly Dance School is closed. And all the gigs, you know, we've lost. But anyway, if you want to stay in touch with the MAGIbellydance.com, information on my Skype classes. And also, I'm doing Skype readings. So if you need a personal reading, give me a holla. All right. Peace.